right, today we are looking at something very, very cool. This is a 2019 McLaren 570s Spider. It's finished in a stunning Vega blue paint and a whole bunch of MSO additional pieces. The owner has told us that this car came with, quote, every damn option available at the time. So, and just to kind of briefly go over a few of those features, obviously the first thing that kind of sticks out on this is the P1 style carbon fiber hood. It's got the carbon fiber rear wing and a titanium exhaust, all MSO, all options that were added at the time of order. This car makes 562 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. And while only weighing just over 3,000 pounds, about 3,314 to be exact, it is a weapon and very well engineered. I mean, these cars are designed to put all of the power to the ground and deliver it in a way that's very manageable. Something unique about 570s is that they don't have the hydraulic suspension system that the 720S has, for instance, which is honestly in a lot of ways much better, given the fact that those suspension systems are incredibly complex, a masterpiece, but very, very complex systems, and they tend to be fairly riddled with faults. There's not really anything else like it. So down looking at some of the exterior features here on the front end, McLaren as a whole is very well known for this shape. This sort of exaggerated teardrop style is present all over the car, and you see it in their logo. It's kind of what really sets them apart from everybody else. The sweeping curves, very smooth body lines, it's very aerodynamic focused, and it feels like air flows over this car extremely efficiently, which it does. And you can see that from just how it's designed. These gigantic radiator intakes on the front are obviously extremely visible, and the outlets here you can just barely see. They're really nice, just kind of tucked inside the wheel well. And obviously you can tell just how low this car is. This one is equipped with the front lift system, which on our roads here in Edmonton is pretty much an absolute. You have to have that. It's a little bit of an obstacle course sometimes driving on the roads here.
Okay, looking at the back of the McLaren here, as you can see, it's got the white wheels on it with a blue outline to match the rest of the paint on the car. You can see the MSO wing on the back, which is a very expensive option from what I understand. And a lot of people do the same sort of look, but they'll go for an aftermarket one that just isn't the same. And of course, with that wing, it's not the hydraulic air brake one that you see on 650s and 720s. You can also see the titanium exhaust tips. Of course, can't really see much of the exhaust from here. And of course, as you can see with the taillight, there's also the McLaren swoosh, which of course presents itself all over the place on these cars.
All right.
These dual clutch systems are so smooth.
Yeah.
You don't really feel the shift.
Yeah, it is. It's extremely smooth. Even just going over all the bumps on the road too, it's real smooth. It's surprising.
It's very civilized.
It is.
Actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and the exhaust isn't overwhelming. I noticed that. Like it's. I mean, it's very loud at initial startup from behind, but it's not.
Well, even in the Diablo that I had.
Right.
Inside the car, it's not as loud. You're behind that car or this car, it's loud.
Or something like that. You don't want to have it be deafening you from inside the car, right?
I'm okay if it's deafening. I know people that are really upset about deafening cars.
Yeah.
But they're pretty content going for a ride in my car.
Yeah.
And then they go online, they go on these chat lines and on social media. They complain about noisy cars and the peace and quiet of their neighborhood. But they want to go for a spin.
Of course.
And they like the noise when they're in the car.
Have a look around the cabin here. It's full LCD display. All this space. Oh, the wind isn't bad in here either.
Well, if I put the side windows up, it's very, very reduced.
Oh yeah. Yeah, wow, holy.
And the rear,
that's really nice.
Rear window.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, it's like having the top on. Like you cannot even tell that the roof's off right now. That's wild.
Gas changes in track mode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, oh yeah, that stiffens up quite a bit. It's not bad though. It's still really smooth. Man, what a car.
But then the jack is front and center in the track mode.
Right. Oh, okay, yeah, right. So the display does change a little bit there. Yeah.
I don't normally drive it that way because I want the systems on, because it turns most of the systems off.
Oh, for like traction control.
Right.
And, yeah. Yeah,
So,
and I'm sure this thing...
When I choose to drive like an idiot, which is most of the time, I want the traction control and all the systems on.
Right.
Like I know where to go.
Oh, you can hear that too, the turbo whistle, just going under that bridge. Wow, that's smooth.
Yeah. You don't feel it at all. This car is the fastest car I've ever owned.
Yeah.
The Murcielago, the Diablo, the Vipers that I've had, they're not like this.
Right.
The smoothness, the refinement.
I was just gonna say the refinement is so present just in that little pull. Like it's the power delivery comes on so smooth.
You don't really notice the leg.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
If you have room and you floor it, I mean, it goes from 0 to 250 in no time.
Yeah.
And it's pulling strong all the way. Of course, I was on a track when I did.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, that wasn't on the city streets. You know,
a little over 300 kilometers an hour. I took it to on the track.
Right. Right. Of course.
Thank you for watching our video today on this beautiful 2019 McLaren 570s Spider. We really appreciate you watching to the end. If you've done that, please like and subscribe. I also just want to say a big thank you to the owner of the car who's allowed us to do a quick kind of walkthrough of his car, go for a ride in it, and look at some of these special details on it. Besides that, we're going to be doing a lot more content this summer. If you have a car that you want to see us review, please bring it up with us. We'll definitely try and find one. Definitely try and go through one of those cars as well, and maybe get a little bit of driving action in. Of course, everyone is also probably seeing all the Horsepower for Hope stuff on these cars. A lot of these are some of our close friends and clients as well. They're involved with Horsepower for Hope. If you're interested in helping out with that, it supports the Kids with Cancer Society. Please take a look at our website. It's called horsepowerforhope.ca.